and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Don Takano. Don Takano!
Thank you so much for having me. How many people... Yeah, no problem. How many people here like Dick? You like Dick?
Yeah.
Dick's great, right? You don't have to be shy. I love Dick. I love like a big dick. It's like a big, long, girthy dick. You know what I mean? I love like a smooth, no hair on the base, minimal veins, minimal odor. The kind of dick that women and men both can agree on. You know, I also like a black dick. Black dicks are great. You know, like a chocolate python with a bran muffin in his mouth kind of black dick. Those are great. You know what I'm talking about, right? No? Hey, single fellas, I got great news. The internet has now been voted the #1 place to meet women. Social networking sites, dating sites, message forums. The internet is the best place to meet women compared to what was voted the worst place to meet women, which is AutoZone. My dad fought in Vietnam. Yeah, it's true. Just this past weekend, on vacation in Vietnam with his 14-year-old male lover. All they did was fight. The ladies call me Stallion because I am scared of thunder. I live in LA, and what they don't tell you about living in LA is that they sell 2 types of antique mirrors. Because I went shopping for an antique mirror recently. They sell mirrors that Phil Spector did cocaine off of, and mirrors that Phil Spector did not do cocaine off of. I purchased a mirror that Phil Spector did cocaine off of, I took it home, wiped it down, and a handgun fell out of it. Phil Spector loves guns. I was at a sports bar recently, and I was watching a darts tournament on ESPN. You guys ever see a darts tournament? Like a professional darts tournament? The contestants in a darts tournament, they're just like these guys, these creepy-looking like guys in their 50s, like overweight, kind of creepy-looking. These guys look like a cross between a registered sex offender and my 9th grade science teacher, who is also a registered sex offender. Like I said, I live in Los Angeles. I was in Los Angeles earlier this year when the LA Kings won the Stanley Cup. And I was at a bar that night about to do an open mic, and this Hispanic gentleman was very drunk and being very obnoxious. He was a Kings fan. He was like, "Yeah, go Kings, vato!" And I was just like, you know, mere feet away from him being very annoyed. And he came up to me and he's like, "Hey man, what's your problem, man? Who are you a fan of?" He kept asking me who I'm a fan of. "Who are you a fan of?" I almost told him immigration. But I didn't. Because I'm not racist on the outside, I'm racist on the inside.
Our paycheck is racist.
Woo! Let's go, let's hear that paycheck. We sign it with a swastika. I don't know what your affiliation is. I'm just joking. Well, I remember when I turned 18, I was really excited. It was like I could finally purchase cigarettes, but legally I could finally purchase cigarettes. So I went to the convenience store, and it was crazy because the gentleman working at the convenience store was none other than former boxer Jake LaMotta. So I asked him for a pack of Camel Lights, and he said, "Are you 18? Can you prove that you're 18? And then we made out. If you've ever seen Raging Bull, that's the scene from Raging Bull. Are you 18? Can you prove you're 18? And then they made out. My dad, this is true, my dad passed away in 1988, and it's funny because his all-time favorite movie, I'm not joking, his all-time favorite movie is Meatballs 3 starring Patrick Dempsey. My dad was born in 1944, died in 1988. Between that period of time, so many great movies came out, like Lawrence of Arabia, The Searchers, The Godfather, even Dolomite was a pretty good movie. But no, my dad loved Meatballs 3. And if you don't know about anything about Meatballs 3, I looked it up on IMDb, and I'm not joking, this is the plot summary of Meatballs 3. The ghost of a deceased porn actress comes back to Earth to help a young nerd score chicks. My dad's all-time favorite movie, Meatballs 3. Let me tell you guys something about space. I think space sucks. If you go out tonight and look up at the night sky, just realize how shitty and boring it is. You know how shitty space is? You ever see that movie Apollo 13? The plot of that movie is 3 guys trying to get the fuck out of space. That's how shitty space is. I got a couple more. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely, you're correct, sir. Absolutely. I got to start losing weight soon. I looked at myself naked in the mirror the other day, and I was not impressed. I'm very. I put on a lot of weight. I have a beer gut, I have boobs, I have all that stuff. I was reminded of the Rancor Keeper from Return of the Jedi. You ever see Return of the Jedi? He's the guy with the hood thing, and he has no shirt on. He's a big fat guy. Yeah, Jabba the Hutt was in that movie. It wasn't Jabba, but it was another guy. Yeah. And the Rancor Keeper is probably the least favorite of all the Star Wars characters because, growing up as a kid, and if you had all the Star Wars action figures, we all know that the Rancor Keeper action figure was the one action figure that everybody owned but nobody played with. Your friends would come over and be like, "You got the Rancor Keeper. Where's the Rancor? How do you not have a Rancor and have a Rancor Keeper? What the fuck's wrong with you?" But what's worse about the Rancor Keeper, I swear, in the 50 years of science fiction films, he has to be the only grown man in a science fiction film to cry like a pussy. When Luke kills Rancor, he cries like a baby in the arms of the pig-faced Gamorrean guard. That's what I'm reminded of. So you really need to lose weight. I'm not saying it's wrong for a man to cry. It's okay for a grown man to cry, just as long as nobody sees it. It's okay to cry. I want to end my set with this. I have 2 older sisters, and I grew up in Mississippi. And my oldest sister used to rent a lot of scary movies. She used to rent Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. One night she rents a movie called Faces of Death. And I was about 6 years old. I was in my room playing with my toys. My sister was in the living room watching Faces of Death, so I got tired of playing with my toys. I walk in the living room and Faces of Death is on. It's kind of the middle of the movie. So I'm sitting there as a 6-year-old watching this. I see scenes of cows being slaughtered, heads being cut off. A man gets electrocuted in an electric chair. Really gruesome stuff. As a 6-year-old, I had no idea what this was, and I thought to myself, oh my God, this is the worst episode of 3-2-1 Contact I have ever seen. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Gallery Cabaret. Wonderful. You guys were great. Thank you so much. Here you go, Casey. Thank you, Casey.